Hi everybody, this is just a little quick intro to the video and the channel, and to just thank you so much for watching. Today we're going to be making the shawl that you saw in the intro. I'm going to show you how to make a Little House on the Prairie inspired shawl. Actually, I would feel comfortable calling this a replica. It is really darn close to me. It is the shawl that Caroline Ingalls wears a lot throughout the series. Specifically, if you want to see a lot of good views of it, she wears it a lot in the Matter of Faith episode where she cuts her leg, or where her leg gets infected. Yikes. But if you want to see more views of it, you can find it there. It's basically half granny squares, but what we're doing is something a little bit different. I have a certain way that I've adapted this pattern so that the neckline edge is a lot neater and straighter, and it also lends itself to a variety of different borders if you'd like to add that. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so now we're starting with worsted weight yarn. This is Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn in acrylic. I have also done this in Patons Classic Wool before, and it turned out really nicely. So you can use whatever you want as long as it's worsted or maybe like a heavy DK. And I'm using a J hook, or 6mm. If you tend to crochet more loosely anyway, you can use an I. I just really prefer the J for this pattern. So let's start with a magic circle. And you don't have to do a magic circle. I prefer it this way because it cinches tighter, whereas the chain 4 and slip stitch to the first chain method ends up leaving kind of a bulge, I find. But if you struggle with the magic circle, you don't have to do this. It's just the way that I prefer. So once I have the magic circle, I'm gonna chain 4. This is gonna count as a treble crochet. So now into the circle, I'm going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double, and 1 treble. So we're going to go ahead and start this now. 3 doubles. Chain 2. This will always count as the spine or the middle of the shawl since we're doing a top down. Now we're going to do 3 more doubles. And now, because the chain 4 at the beginning counted as a treble, we need to mirror the left side to the right because this is top down. So to finish this off, we're just going to do 1 treble on the end here. Yarn over twice. Okay, now I'm going to just pull my tail closed in the magic circle, and you can see so far this is what we have. So now we're going to move on to row 2. Row 2, we're going to chain 4, turn, and then most half granny square patterns actually have you going into this space right here, the base of the chain. But for this one, the difference is we're not going to go into this, we're going to go into this space right here. So this space between the treble and the double of the row below. So into this, because we've already done our chain 4, we're going to do 3 double crochets into this big space. Now we're going to get ready to go into our next space up, which is the spine. And this is again where this pattern differs from a lot of other half granny square patterns. Usually they will have you do a chain 1 before you move on to the next space. But we're not doing that here. We're just going to we're going to yarn over and go directly into the next space with our 3 doubles. And the reason for this is because I think that it just makes some shawls look better with more of a gap there. But I find that this shawl in particular looks like it has the clusters, or the sets of 3 half doubles closer together. And it also is a pretty long shawl that wraps at the neck a lot, and you can really you can even fold it over. So it's quite a long drapey shawl. And with all of that weight, I just find that not chaining helps it drape really nicely and not get too stretched out over time. And I feel like this would work across the board with whatever fiber content you're using. So now that we've done 1, we need to do 2 more. And now because we're in the middle, we need to do a chain 2 to create the spine. And now into the same, exact same space, we're gonna do 3 more double crochets. So when you get to the middle point or the spine, you're always gonna do 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. Now, coming to the end of the row, we're not going to chain anything. We're just going to yarn over and go directly into the space that we're going into. But again, instead of working on the tops of any of the stitches, we're going to be working in the space in between the last 2 stitches. So this space here between the double and the treble. So we're going to go in with a 3 double and a 1 treble to mirror what we did on the other side. So we did 3 double, yarn over twice to complete the treble. All right. So far what we have is looking like this. So we're going to do a couple of more rows together and then I'm going to send you on your way. All right, so we're going to chain 4 again. Counts as treble, turn, go into this first open space between the treble and the double and do 3 double crochets. Sorry, working with a short space again. Go straight into the next space with 3 more doubles. And into the middle space with 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. Sorry, I'm having to feed my working yarn a lot. Again, we need to go into this next open space with 3 doubles. And into this last space here with 3 doubles and 1 treble. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work 1 more row and then show you what it's starting to look like and show you some of the features that make this really nice and adaptable. So I'll meet you back in just a couple of seconds. Okay, so I've worked this up a little bit more. I could have gone a little bit further, but I feel like for this pattern it's so straightforward that there's really not a reason for me to keep on going. So from, you know, this is what it looks like from here, from the direction that we're usually going to be working. And you can see that the spine looks really nice. If you prefer for this like little teardrop shape to be more exaggerated, you can put a chain 3 here, but I feel like the chain 2 is just fine and suffices. And think it looks overall, I like for the spine myself to look about the same openness as the other spaces in a lot of shawls, especially the half granny. So this is just what I prefer there. Okay, so from this way then, what I really liked about doing the stitches in the space between the first 2 stitches of the row below, and then including the treble in there, is that you get this really nice straight line across the neckline, and then especially combined together with the magic circle, which lays really flat and it kind of dips in rather than sticking out. It makes a nice shape that's going to really fold around the neck nicely. And then likewise it can fold backwards too if you wanted to, you know, when you finish it, wanted to wear it with kind of like a collar. And then if you wanted, you could even put kind of like a shell border in here with like a shell slip stitch, shell slip stitch, or, you know, shell single crochet, shell single crochet, so on and so forth all across the top. You could even finish this piece and then, you know, attach some chains and make a sign tag and wrap it around and have the chains to tie it and secure it behind you. So this is really versatile and you can do a lot of things with it. And I think that this color from I Love This Yarn is actually really true to the show version as well. You can look into fancy yarns and really go all out with wool, alpaca, whatever, or you can just go get some red yarn from your local store and do this in kind of a fix. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. Thank you again for watching and supporting my channel, and let me know if I can help you with any questions in the comments below. Bye.